I'm sure you know now that you can teach in the UK for 4 good years without a UK degree or even a QTS. So this video is going to walk you through how it's possible, what you need to do, websites you need to check to know about your sponsorships, the kind of schools you need to check, how to transfer or kind of transpose your foreign or overseas qualifications into the UK system. Most applications to become a teacher in the UK are thrown out even before the interview stage because people haven't done the right thing when it comes to checking their overseas qualifications and matching it with the UK system. Also, many people do not know that you can teach in the UK without QTS. So do stay tuned and let's begin.
Just a quick reminder, this is not a guarantee that your aspirations to teach in the UK will absolutely be fulfilled using this method. It is a playbook with strong, authentic links and guidelines that have been known to work. Let's begin. Now, under the Department for Education DFE regulations, qualified teachers from overseas can work in English state schools for up to 4 years without holding UK qualified teacher status upfront. Now, this is not to say that you don't try private schools as well, but they have stated schools where this would work for you. You would need to obtain a visa sponsorship from a school, which will stand as your employer. So employing schools would issue you this skilled worker visa directly, placing teachers on the national pay scale while you complete your qualified teacher status on the job. There are areas that would even maximize your chances, especially if you look for areas where there are critical shortages like maths, chemistry, physics, computing, and modern languages. You will need to go to gov.uk to check your specific subject, and some of these subjects will actually get you paid. If you haven't watched the video on how to teach and get paid in the UK, you might want to watch that as well. Before you begin, you want to ensure that your credentials are transposable with the UK system. And how do you achieve this? You would need to go to UK ENIC. All right, it used to be known as NARIC, but now it's ENIC, and they would look at your transcript from your university and they would kind of standardize your qualification at par with what we have here in the UK. You also need to provide some evidence that you can teach in English language, or at least you can communicate with the people that you're going to be teaching. So SELT is one of the ways to confirm this. You might want to also provide your teacher registration license. I've written here for Nigeria, but this is not just for Nigerians. It will work for any overseas country. Have proof that you have done some level of teaching before. Let's quickly look at UK NEIC. Here you see that the website comes up like this. So when you search UK ENIC, if you're looking at a website that comes across just like this, then you are in the right place. It usually takes about 2 weeks, but you can also fast track the service. They have different services for different prices. So let's say you're in a hurry to get this certification done. Maybe you have a job offer looming. You can pay a little bit extra and you have that transposition of your qualification fast tracked and fast forwarded to you. Don't forget, you would also need to draft a CV, because that would definitely be something you would need to tender to your employer. Now that these things are in place, we talk about securing a job.
So let's say you've sorted out your transcript matter and you've been able to use UK ENIC to convert your degree into its standing comparison in the UK system, and now you've also sorted everything out. You're looking towards finding a job. You now need to go to gov.uk, type teaching vacancies, and you will see a page that looks like this. If you're looking at something like this, then you're in the right direction. Now, as you can see, there are lots, in fact thousands to search through, and you want to be efficient with your search and your time. But if you don't have British citizenship, you might want to click this one that says only show jobs with visa sponsorship. If teaching is what you're interested in, if you scroll down here, you can see different categories. So are you a nursery teacher, primary teacher, secondary school teacher, sixth form teacher? I personally think it will be worth leaving everything open. And then we go up and click search. And so you see here, instead of, actually if I go back the first time, you might see a difference between what I'm about to show you and how this precision of clicking the box that says only show jobs with visa sponsorships, how that would definitely help with your search. So if you look at this slide, you can see here HR level 3 apprenticeship, it says visa cannot be sponsored. I think on secondary schools, for example, let's remove that click that says only show visa and search. Again, what do you get? Visa cannot be sponsored. We don't want that. It can be quite demoralizing. So I will strongly encourage you to click that box, and then now when you search, look what comes up. Look at that. Qualified English teacher. So English TRL 2A. It says skilled worker visa can be sponsored. Now that is just secondary category. I am sure if you explore others, you're likely to get a wider variety. Look here, we have lecturer in animal management and so on and so forth. Now this conversation cannot be complete without bringing this up. DBS, Disclosure and Barring Service. Now, what is this about? If you have worked with people, even in a foreign country, and you've had an incident or a situation where you've been compromised, it is always important to make sure that your records reflect that you are capable of working with young people or working with vulnerable adults. You will need a basic DBS if you're starting as a volunteer, but if you're actually successful with an interview, your interviewer or your school will carry out a proper DBS check on you. You will be required to bring a police report from your country to show that you are safe to work with children.
Now that we've looked at job search and you've also looked at the importance of DBS, you talk about writing up your CV, and then your interview. How do you prepare for an interview? Especially if you're coming from a country where the curriculum is quite different from what we have here. Well, there are some easy wins. You go to BBC Bite Size. It has a presentation of the national curriculum for different levels. So depending on which level you're teaching, go there, look at the curriculum standards, map out your lesson content and lesson objectives, and then prepare to teach. If you are doing a virtual teach, like being observed through digital technology, just ensure that your lesson plan addresses the needs of the students, the level you're teaching, and also ensure that you can teach people with special needs, that you're able to cater for everybody in your class group. This is a lot of success so far. If you have been able to, get to this stage, then it means that there's a lot of progress. Have some referees to give you a quality letter showing that you're a person of good character. Ensure that you have one or two people to stand in for you. And then you want to also work on ensuring that you have your medical records. Okay, so proof that your immunizations are up to standard and that you do not have any kind of contagious diseases. I know it's been overflogged, and please, I know this says Nigeria, but it applies to everybody in diaspora.
Finally, if you were able to get your 4-year teaching opportunity here in the UK without any UK degree or qualified teacher status, kudos to you. But what if you want to make this permanent? What if you've had a wonderful experience and you've grown in knowledge, of which you're likely to do? I mean, it's a 4-year period. Things are not going to be static. So if you want to get your permanent qualified teacher status, go back to gov.uk, go to Education, Training and Skills, look for a page that looks like this, qualified teacher status, and it says qualify to teach.
in the UK. And then if you scroll down, let's say when you got your sponsorship, you worked in a different part of England or possibly trained in Wales, it doesn't matter. Or if you're just coming in from outside the UK, there are different categories. You need to scroll down and pick what works for you. So let's say you're a teacher who trained outside the UK. That might be a good place to start and look all the things we've talked about, your ENIC from UK and your qualified teacher status and so on and so forth. And then you look at the route that works for you. And once you feel ready and secure, click on where it says apply for QT.
Right, to sum this up, in your first month, you're applying for your visa. Now you know what to do. You check for your subject. Make sure you look at your circumstances. You know how to search for a job and for a sponsor. Once you've gotten a sponsor, look at your second month. Most likely you would have received your COS, which is the same thing as a national insurance number for people who are actual UK citizens. This is how you will get paid, and that's what you're going to use to pay your tax and everything else. In your first few years in teaching, you're going to gather classroom observation as well as experience and evidence of working with young people. And then finally, who knows, within that 4-year period, you would possibly complete, and if not complete, at least possibly commence your journey to becoming a qualified teacher here in the UK. I hope this has helped somebody out there. If you want the link to all those sites that I talked about, well, the link is below to download your copy of the guidelines. Okay? Drop a comment in the chat and I will see you soon.